check, check. Mic check. All right. Hope everyone's doing well today. My name is Ryan. I'm here all the way from Silicon Valley to host G-Startup Worldwide Seoul. Super excited to be here. My first time in Seoul. And we got a great event planned for you. We have 15 amazing startups from all over the world. We also have some amazing VCs, some of the most active in Korea and in Silicon Valley and globally. First up though, I'd like to welcome the president of the GCCEI to say a few words, President Lim. Give him a warm round of applause.
Hello everyone. How are you today? I am Dong-Le Lim, President of GCCI. I am very glad to be here with you. And thanks to all participants, especially thanks to GWC for choosing Seoul, Korea as the last city to host G-Startup Worldwide in 2016. GCCI will continue to support Korean startups to go global and to help global startups to find Korea as the ASEAN hub for business. I really hope you do your best today and get the best result. I have no doubt in my mind that today's experience will make yourself even better in many ways. So I wish you all the best today's journey. Thank you and good luck. Thank you.
All right, thank you. We'll get this thing kicking off. Next up, we're going to invite the founder of G-Startup Worldwide, also the co-founder of GWC. Please give a warm round of applause to Barrett Parkman.
Good afternoon. So first, I just want to say thank you so much to President Lim and to Don Lim as well from GCCEI for bringing us to Seoul. We are so impressed with everything they are doing to grow the startup ecosystem here and to support Korean startups to go global. So very impressed, and we're excited to be here, and thank you. Like you said, my name is Barrett Parkman, co-founder of G-Startup Worldwide, as well as GWC, the company the holding company of G-Startup Worldwide. I have the amazing job of traveling around the world looking for amazing early stage startups to invest in, support them with our global network, and enable them to change the world. And tell you a little bit more about that, and how we do that is through G-Startup Worldwide. We run this global startup competition in 10 different locations worldwide, or at least that's what's on the plan for 2017. Bangalore, Seoul, Tel Aviv, Mexico City, Beijing, Tokyo, Jakarta, Sao Paulo, Silicon Valley. I can't even remember all of them, obviously. So we're traveling around the world looking for amazing early stage startups. The way we do this, we typically run this event at each Global Mobile Internet Conference, or GMIC, around the world. It's a large technology conference, draws well over 100,000 attendees across all of our events, but in some cases, as in this case, we run the G-Startup Worldwide at very high quality partner events that are already drawing amazing entrepreneurs. And that's why we're here today. How does this work? So basically for Seoul, we had well over 200 startups apply for our program to be a part of this program today. We had a panel of VCs that evaluated all those startups, and they chose 15 startups. Those 15 will pitch here today on this stage to another panel of VCs who will choose the top 3. And then finally, those final 3 will pitch yet again in the second half of this event and to another panel of VCs, and the winner will be chosen. And so here's what's at stake. $50,000 investment prize for my fund, the GWC Innovator Fund, will go to the winner of today's competition. The second prize will be $20,000 investment prize for the second prize. And then the winner of today's event will also get a free trip to Silicon Valley to pitch again in our global finals. They'll pitch against all the regional winners from around the world to another panel of prominent VCs in Silicon Valley. And that'll happen later in 2017. All the startups here on stage will also get support, mentorship from the Google Developers Launchpad program and also from our own G Network. These are all the firms that are working with us on G-Startup Worldwide. This is not just another cool event. We're finding high-quality startups and choosing the best startups via these firms that you see listed here. These are all firms that have worked with us on the evaluation committee in the past year at at least one, if not many, of our G-Startup competitions around the world. And today we have some of the best VCs, both here in Korea, in Silicon Valley, and also from the Middle East, to see the pitches and to evaluate the startups yet again. We want to thank our partners yet again as well, who have helped us to put on G-Startup Worldwide, both here and around the world. GCCEI, as mentioned, has been a great partner. And we also work closely with Google, Sequoia Capital, and Cheetah Mobile, and then media partners including Forbes and Tech in Asia, Venture Square, all of which who help provide press for our startups in our competition. We believe we've created a very unique platform to help early stage startups access high-quality VCs, raise capital, promote their startup, and help them to grow internationally, especially. And we believe that it's obvious that it's working. You can see many of our alumni here listed. Many of you might already know about Didi Chuxing. The Uber of China has raised well over $35 billion. Has a valuation of $35 billion. And many other wins that you can see listed here of companies that have went through G-Startup and able to raise large amounts of money or even exit after the event. And that brings us to the startups for today. These are the top 15 startups that have all been chosen after much evaluation that will be pitching here on this stage today. If you're sitting in your chair and thinking, I wish I was part of this program, you can still be. You can apply for any of our G-Startup competitions anytime, any of them in any location around the world. All you have to do is go to g-startup.com to apply. Thank you all, and I hope you enjoy the event.
Clicker. All right. Now I'd like to invite our esteemed judges up. We got Sheena from K. We also have Tim Che from 500 Startups, Richard June from BAM Ventures, Kamal Hassan from Turn 8, and Richard Min from the Fashion Technology Accelerator. This is actually a very special day for Richard Min. This is his first public appearance since he had a stroke about 3 months ago. So give a warm welcome to Richard. And all of our judges. And all the judges, you can now come on stage. We got some swaggerific chairs for you. All of the decks are preloaded on the devices next to you. You can also see the decks in front of you. The way the format is going to work today is all the startups will have 4 minutes to pitch, and then we'll have about 2 minutes of Q&A. And with no further ado, we'll thank our partners one more time: Google Developer Launchpad, Sequoia, Cheetah Mobile, GCCEI. But let's start the event. First up, we have Alpha Labs. You come this way, come that way, whatever you want to do. All right, you can go ahead and start the timer when the founder starts speaking. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Jun from the Alpha Labs. Today, we all know what the AR is. And also, many devices are coming to market, such as Microsoft HoloLens, Google Glass. But the problem is that they are too bulky, heavy, and ugly. It made us uncomfortable to use, as well as it only used in limited space. I can say one thing, certainly like this situation doesn't make sense. So we decided to develop AR smart glasses, resolving this problem to use anywhere in any time. The Alpha Glass is the world's first wide-angle AR smart glasses for consumer. It is pretty, comfortable, and widescreen. Why this is possible is for that our patented optical technology is the world's smallest wide-angle AR vision system. It is made separate structure for fitting glasses structure, so it makes volume down under 50% with same screen size compared to other smart glasses. In summary, the screen size is 4 times larger than Google Glass, and device size 5 times smaller than HoloLens, and more casual design than any other smart glasses. You can play with AR in your house or office, and you can experience AR with stylish, and you will not look at the smartphone to get the Pokemon. Just look at the real world to get the Pokemon in there. We have 3 business model: developer version for application developer, and AR vision module for special device maker, and consumer version. And we got an investment at a seed round from Naver and Hex, which is the biggest hardware accelerator. And we have business partnership with 3 big guys and 4 B2B clients. And we have also the contest partnership with the 4 company in worldwide. Our team consists of 3 members who are majoring the optics, computer science, and robotics. Okay, we are going to be release the Alpha Glass in Kickstarter campaign early next year. And I will show that. It is our prototype. It is our prototype. Even though it looks like a little bit thick, but next version B that will be launched in Kickstarter campaign is going to be more thin and more casual design. Okay, please wait in our Kickstarter campaign. Thank you.
Check. All right, judges, questions, comments. AV, we can put 2 minutes on the timer, please.
Okay, I expected that the team will include a designer, like a real designer, because that's your value proposition. It's the design, the lightweight, and all that. But you don't have somebody on the team. So who's doing the design?
Actually, design is not. Actually, we are going to collaborate with the design company, but now we don't have any designer. But we are going to collaboration with other design company to make a product.
So your competitive advantage is technology, be it backend system. So can you elaborate more about that? The technology barrier? Yes.
Yeah, we can say the pure technology team. Yeah.
So you have your technology level. Can you elaborate more your technology level how, in terms of optics or?
Actually, we have a optical system technology. Actually, Google Glass, other glasses have a integration optical system. So that's why there is a bulky. But we have a different structure of the optical system. So that's why our product looks like just normal glasses.
Is that a working prototype?
Yeah, yes, working.
Can we try it?
Well, a little bit takes some time for rolling. And we use the Android operating system, so application developer can develop very easily. If you want to try, we will prepare the.
Yeah, we'll have a demo booth later,
yeah.
but we won't have enough time for everyone to demo the product right now. We are actually out of time for the Q&A session, but good job, Alpha Labs.
Thank you very much.
Next up, we have 3 claps.
Okay. Oh, there's countdown. Got it. Hi, my name is MJ. I'm a founder and CEO at 3Claps. 3Claps is online store of K-brands. So in Korea, we have great consumer products. Let me just name out the 3 different categories. First is cosmetic brands, and second is content, and third is apparel brands. And then to the US market, Mimibox and Soccer Glam is doing great job in cosmetic brands, and then Drama Fever, Vicky is doing great job in content. But how about the apparel brands? No one is doing correctly to the US market. But think about in Korean market, we have the world's biggest fashion wholesale market, which is Dongdaemun market. Annually, they make $10 billion. And then we decided to help them to go abroad, especially to US market. So we decided to go with kids brands by working with over 100 kids designer brands under girls' special occasion dresses. So we launched our product, 3claps.com, to US market last year. And then 9 months ago, we launched also to Hong Kong market. And we grew up pretty well. And then until last month, our average growth rate month over month was 50%. And last month, we made 65% of revenue from the States and then 30% from Hong Kong. And then most good news, we're going to be profitable really soon. Our successful story was also listed in Facebook and Shopify. And then how come we are able to do this? So we have 2 strong skills. One is data skill and second is soft skill. So we decided to not to work with any local marketing or PR agencies. We execute 100% of our marketing budget to those social media platforms. And then we literally analyze every single available data so that we are able to find our potential customers faster and cheaper. So our customer acquisition cost was $100 at the beginning, but now it's $30. And soft skill is really, really important too, because most of our customers do not realize that we are located in South Korea. So our customer service manager had a work experience in top-tier hotel in Florida as well. But our secret sauce is we have the cheapest, the fastest outbound shipping rate in Korea, entire Korea. We have the cheapest, the fastest shipping outbound rate. So we know how to get there with the FedEx, so we are preparing a big thing. So we're gonna launch Soul Fever within this month. So Soul Fever, we already made a successful bridge with a children apparel brand. How about the adult apparel brands? So we're gonna help them to go to the States as an agent and as a platform. So we already locked in 30 different designer brands, and we already secured over 3,000 SKUs. And then we have 0 cost because we are not gonna have any inventories. And then these are the photos that the brands that we are working with, because those brands is already have published with the top tier celebrities in Korea who came from YG or SM, JYP. And then we're gonna target 18 million K-culture enthusiasts only in the States. And then we also did alpha test with the Drama Fever. They have 3 million followers on Facebook. We did self-fashion live streaming, and then we also sponsored the web drama of theirs. And then thousands of clicks made on checkout button. Even foreigners were trying to read Korean, and they successfully click checkout button. But then conversion rate was 0, because you are not able to purchase something if you are not Korean. So we see this is a huge opportunity for us. We are experienced and we know how to get there. We already worked in the top tier companies. It was 3 Claps. We are an online store of K-brands. Thank you.
Judges, questions, comments?
Hi, you had mentioned that you're not holding inventory. So how exactly, who controls inventory, who controls returns, who takes care of customer service?
Right. So the meaning of agent, then we are helping them. So all the designers in Korea, they're just taking care of the design quality, right? And then they usually work with the designers who can help them to go make sales channels, such as like open markets in Korea or other markets in the China or other markets in the States. But the gap is nobody's doing to US market. So we have a contract with them. So what they're gonna do, once we have an order, they're gonna ship it to our office by next day. And then we're gonna directly ship it to the consumers with our FedEx. So usually customer will get the product within 1 week, within 5 business days.
So I think you have done a great job in terms so far, given that the market is very competitive. But I think in terms of scalability, you will have a bigger challenges going forward. So for example, who will be in charge of CS or returns when you have the cross-border logistics?
Right. So we're gonna take charge of all the customer services as well, because most of designer brands or companies do not know how to control U.S. customers' customer service as well. So those customer service quality, we will be able to control it. And then those return issues, will we figure it out soon? But at the very beginning, we need to test out whether this is working or not. But with the 3 Claps, our return rate is about, it was 2%, it's now about 10%. So we've been experienced with how to dealing with all the customer services and the returning issues as well.
What does your AOV have to be in order for you to be profitable, right? Because if the designer has to ship to you, there's a cost, then you're doing international freight, and then you have a lot of support services to wrap around the business. So how do you make sure you're not underwater with each purchase that goes out the door?
Right. So this is the reason why there's no companies doing right to US market, because of shipping cost, because it kills you eventually, right? But our AOV with 3 Claps is over $100. So as long as we have over $100, we'll be safe. And then the reason why we decided to go with the designer brand, because most of product, one single item is over $50, $100. So it's able to us to make money from each transaction.
All right, that's all the time we have for Q&A. Good job, 3 Claps. All the startups will be demoing after this too, so you can chat with them if you'd like to learn more. Next up, we have Kalabi.
Thank you. Let's setting more doing. I'm Evan. I'm making issue-based collaboration tool Kalabi. Knowledge workers only use 2 hours in a day for their main job. They use 6 hours for messenger, for file search, and meetings. As main communication channel move from email to messenger, so they use 2 hours to split such a small chunk. Because of messenger requires real-time responses, they have no time to focus their main job, even they are knowledge workers. In addition, they chat by mixing multiple issues in one window. They can search the result, but they cannot know why it makes, because they cannot read the context in the messengers. We analyzed all business communication flow, so we found that actual workflow progress by issue. For example, they manage the mail thread for each issue. If another issue occurs, they create a new mail thread. So we make Collabi can communicate to separate by issue in project space. Same as actual workflow, at first, share the issue simply and assign text to each other and share the result with file when they are done. And feedback on all of this is communicated separate from the right. This flow makes you can see the context of your work at a glance. So you can see why the results are coming from. You can receive all the update from the issue as customized newsfeed. Turning off notification of non-critical issue, you can only receive important newsfeed. Usually, collaboration tools are used for internal communication, but you also need email for external communication. So in Collabi, you can bring the mail to Collabi and collaborate in this, and when you get the result, you can send back to the mail the file. There is a high barrier to entry to use the collaboration tool in large enterprise, so we are targeted to startup who can buy tools easily if pain point can be solved. One of the biggest concerns of startup is productivity. Our consulting team with co-CEO Johan provide collaboration consulting to startups. He worked from PwC and Booz Allen Hamilton by consultant. Collaboration consulting is a service that analyzes the process of startups and find the process to make more productivity when collaboration tools are introduced. Because of this, they are becoming a fan of Collabi, and we will do marketing using their feedback. So how do we get into a global market? We are selected the top 10 in final stage of Startup Grind Europe. It giving us opportunity to sell directly to startup in Tech City and Level 39 in London. Our strategy is to create 100 fans for each city in London and Berlin, and each country's marketers with viral marketing with their feedback. After Europe, we will enter US, Japan, and Australia. As you can see, only beta testing has grown more than 5 times. We did only $600,000. We're raising $1 million now, and we will enter the UK, Germany, and US market with 15,000 DAU and third-party integration like a Google Drive or calendar. We'll meet BP within first quarter of 2018. Financial plan. My members, Yuan has been consultant in the US, and Evan has been working UX and strategy in Naver, and Lion has a long career in large enterprise project. Thank you.
All right, judges, questions, comments?
So is this like Trello for social, integrated with social? Is that what it is?
Yes, like this, but Trello is too difficult to find a file and deep side because of it is category and social as a post type collaboration tool like Facebook is if you find the past post, you feel very difficulty. So when your users collaboration tool like Facebook, they cannot find the file they want.
Any other questions, comments, judges?
So can you talk a little bit about your go-to-market plan? How do you expect to find your first 2,000 users of your software platform?
I said, our strategy is in use collaboration consulting. Collaboration consulting is we find processes to startups more productively. And if we do collaborative consulting, the customers can be our fan, and we use their feedback, and we do marketing, viral marketing in that city. It is the role of the consulting team, ours.
All right, good job, Collabby. That's all the time we got for Q&A.
Thank you.
So next up we have Igloo Home. What is the wireless or that? Yeah, just this is good. How do I go that?
All right. So good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen and judges. My name is Anthony. I am the co-founder and CEO of Igloo Home, and I'm very excited today to share with you how Igloo Home is the smartest property management company in the world. I'll first like to introduce you to my co-founder. His name is Walter, and he's a part-time Airbnb host. Last year, he managed 5 listings and welcomed over 300 guests from all around the world. As you may imagine, Walter has a lot of friends and makes a lot of money, but he has many challenges. Well, the biggest challenge that he faced was the issue of key exchange. Well, Walter spent almost 100 hours just to coordinate when the guest arrives because of different irregular check-in schedules. And on top of that, because of irregular checkout schedules, Walter spent almost 15% of his margins just to coordinate housekeeping. So spending him time and money which eats into his margins. And this is a rising trend around the world. Last year, almost 300 million travelers traveling into Asia Pacific, and at the same time, there's almost 100 million available secondary residences in this market alone that can support the home sharing, the rise of the home sharing economy. Well, the good news is, Igloo Home has designed a full suite of solutions, a full suite of smart locks that are able to support Walter's problem. Well, our full suite of smart locks are fully integrated with Airbnb. What this means is that when someone makes a reservation, a new PIN code is set on the lock and sent to the guest. And when the guest checks out, the PIN code automatically expires and a housekeeping service is organized. And why are we able to do this while other smart locks are in the market, such as August and Kevo? Well, one thing that we're different from them is that we are able to enable PIN code generation, remote PIN code generation, without the need for Wi-Fi. Let me say that again. We are enabling remote PIN code generation on any of our locks without Wi-Fi required, which enables us to go into the global rental market where other smart locks are targeting the consumer market. And it's because of this capability that we have signed major partnerships globally. Airbnb is now an official partner with giving us access to 3 million listings globally, and at the same time, leading home sharing platforms in China, such as Tujia and Xiaozhu, are also in discussions with us and are undergoing proof of concepts with our product. Major property management companies in the region are also starting to work with us and using our products to enable a much more efficient way to manage their listings. And since we launched 7 months ago, we have now 3,500 locks in the market. Many of them are on POC, proof of concepts, across 5 different countries. And the team that's making all of this happen is myself, Walter, and Calvin. We have experience across hardware and software development, as well as the Internet of Things, enabling us to design our product, building our hardware, and bringing it to market. And this team will not stop until we become the market leader in delivering smart access products into the property management space, bringing on 50,000 locks into the market next year, bringing $10 million in revenue. This is from 1 million seed round that we raised last December, and we welcome all of you to join in our journey next year. Thank you.
All right, judges. Questions, comments?
So who's gonna buy the lock? The owner of the house or the listing?
So we have 2 business models. With Airbnb, the owner of the house actually purchases our locks. Airbnb becomes a marketing channel for us to reach out to the host. On the other side, companies like Xiaozhu, which is the leading home sharing platform in China, actually purchases a lock from us and gives it to their host, because they're using that as a host acquisition channel.
There is a lot of startups are doing this. Key Cafe, for example, is one big partner. I don't know if Airbnb bought them out or something, but it's a lot of startup. But I think the perception is, you know, having to purchase a physical product is a bit of an issue, because in what Key Cafe is just you drop the key somewhere, not really change anything on the door. So how would you go over with that?
It's a great question. So because we have a full suite of products that are enabling anyone to replace their door lock, or if they don't want to replace the door lock, we have this product, which is called Smart Key Box. Let me do a quick demo on how it works. So, you know, when someone actually makes a reservation, a PIN code is given to the guest. The guest takes the PIN code. Go in and... So inside here, you are able to receive keys and card. Think of it like a personalized key cafe, which you can deploy outside your house without any changes to the door itself. So we actually officially launched with Airbnb this product just 2 weeks ago. And I mean, the pickup rate has been pretty good because, like you said, a lot of people do not like to replace the locks on their door with a smart lock. But with this product, you pretty much can install easily anywhere. And if you stop renting out, you can take this, you know, like just put it on another property that you start managing.
All right, good job, Igloo Home. Next up, we have Moen.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Ian, co-founder and CEO of Moin. Today, I'm going to talk about blockchain-based money transfer system, Moin. Over the past few decades, money transfer market has been growing continually. In 2014, the market size of Indian money transfer market is around $400 billion US. In terms of region, Asia is the biggest one, which represents 1/4 of the total money transfer market. Looking at the Korean market, it is around $17 billion US in 2014. It consists of 10 billion outbound market and $7 billion US inbound market. Since the number of foreigners working in South Korea and the volume of cross-border shopping has been growing dramatically, the market size of money transfer in South Korea is growing year by year. But there are several serious problems in the current system. It's expensive, it's slow, and hard for users to understand. Banks charge 5 to 15 commission charge for one time, and it takes 3 to 4 days for transfer, and it's very, very hard for users to understand the time of arrival or the exact cost structures. This is because a bank use SWIFT network, and there are so many intermediate banks in between. So how can Moin solve this problem? We direct connect a sender and beneficiary without SWIFT network or any intermediate bank. We have been developing a blockchain-based money transfer system, so it's much faster, cheaper, and very easy to use. So compared to a traditional banking system, is 80% or 90% cheaper. It only takes real time or maximum 1 day, and user can send money anywhere, anytime, without going bank. There is 4 major target users we have, but we focus on foreign workers in South Korea and Korean students abroad. So it's like $8 billion US market for these 2 sectors. So looking at our products, we have launched a web-based system, and we have Korea, Japan, and Korea, China remittance system now, and the mobile apps are coming up by end of this year. So there are several fascinating features we have, but the user's favorite one is a real-time comparison of remittance fee between Moin and 4 big commercial banks in South Korea. So you can see the real-time comparison. We got funded several super angels in South Korea and several venture capital firms. At the latest round, 2 Korean VCs and 1 US VC and Banks Foundation participated. So in terms of financial projection, we are expecting 40,000 paying users and $350 million US transaction volume for next 3 years. Yeah, we have very solid team. Whose background is like venture capital, big IT corporate, or serial entrepreneurs for startup companies. So we are very fascinating to make a innovation in fintech and industry, especially money transfer industry. And we are going to be, the representative company for Asia remittance market. Thanks for listening.
What are your margins? What are your margins on like $1 What does Moin take on every dollar?
Oh, so yeah, the revenue model is, it depends on the currency and the amount of money sent, but normally it's like 1% or 2% of the total transaction volume. So yeah, if you send the money like